Gazing at the assembly puzzle on the table, Selena asked Ren for permission to try putting it together, mentioning she had once solved a similar puzzle during her advanced mage examination. Hearing her request, Ren did not refuse. Immediately, Selena began the assembly, focusing all her attention on fitting the broken pieces together. Time passed quickly, but after 30 minutes, Selena still couldn't complete the assembly. With an exhausted expression, she finally spoke up. "Lord Ren, I apologize for my incompetence. I cannot finish this puzzle," and silently stared at the. Ren placed the assembly on the table, letting out an internal sigh. He couldn't understand why the mages here possessed such low skill. Seeing Selena fail to complete the test, the old mage mocked her. "Selena, with such poor comprehension, do you truly believe you can advance further on the path of magic?" He then looked toward Ran and continued. "It seems there really is no forbidden spell mage anywhere in the city of Atlan. All of you are idiots." His words immediately angered the guards standing nearby. To them, belittling Ren was amounted to a crime worthy of death. However, the old mage paid no attention to their reaction. He believed Ren was just some countryside noble, and that Ren couldn't do anything no matter how he insulted him. "Since none of you can solve my puzzle, there's no point in me staying here." Saying that, he turned around and began walking out of the room. But he had only taken a few steps when Ren's voice called out, asking him to stop. "Who told you there is no one in Iolane who can complete this puzzle?" Hearing that, the old mage frowned and turned his head back. "What? You have someone else?" Ren smiled. "No need for anyone else. I can do it myself." The old mage burst into loud laughter. He thought Ren was spouting nonsense. After finishing his mockery, he lowered his voice and said, "Ren, when you were young, you couldn't even pass the basic mage examination. You're just a spoiled noble. How could you possibly solve a problem meant for?" Use arrow up and arrow down to select a turn, enter to jump to it, and escape to return to the chat. Advanced mages. Ren was furious, but he still tried to remain calm as he spoke. He explained that the reason he never passed their exams was because the questions were stupid and not worth his time. The old mage roared angrily, "Stop talking nonsense. Don't try to save face here. If you really can do it, then solve it right now." But Ren didn't rush to act. Instead, he proposed a wager because simply completing the test would be far too boring. The old mage, filled with confidence, immediately agreed and asked what Ren wanted to bet. Realizing that his prey had taken the bait, Ren spoke carefully. "Within 30 seconds, I will finish assembling this puzzle. If I do, you must kneel down and apologize to Miss Selena." Standing beside him, Selena became extremely nervous. To her, this test was incredibly difficult, and she feared Ren wouldn't be able to complete it. Ren looked at her and reassured her to stay calm. "You are my subordinate, and as long as I am here, no one else will be allowed to bully you." After speaking, Ren looked toward the old mage, waiting for his answer. Without hesitation, the old mage agreed and declared his own condition: if Ren fails to complete it, he must kneel before me and apologize to the entire Mage Alliance. Ren immediately accepted, then began assembling the puzzle. His hands moved with incredible speed. Within 30 seconds, he completed the puzzle perfectly. The old mage was completely shaken by what he had just witnessed. He never expected Ren to finish the test in only 30 seconds. His hands trembled as he thought to himself, "Impossible. Back then, it took me more than a month to solve it. How could he do it so quickly?" Seeing the old mage trembling, Ren smiled and said, "Now then, shouldn't you uphold the wager you made earlier?" The old mage was extremely nervous, but he still forced himself to appear tough as he replied, "You were just lucky. You happened to put the pieces together by accident. So, what if you solved it? The luck of a provincial noble doesn't count as real skill. Luck or strength doesn't matter. The fact is, the puzzle has been completed." As Ren spoke, his tone became chilling, filled with killing intent. "Right now, you have two choices. 1. Kneel down and apologize to Miss Selena. Or 2. I will order Rosalind to cut off your head." The moment the words fell, Rosalind slammed her sword into the ground beside her. Her stance radiated an overwhelming momentum, making it very clear that if he did not kneel, she would kill him on the spot. Seeing this, the old mage stumbled backward in fear, sweat pouring down his face, his mind overwhelmed with panic. At that moment, Craven, standing nearby, spoke up, "That's enough, Master Mage. You made a sworn wager in front of everyone. If you go back on your word now, wouldn't that disgrace the Empire and the Mage Association?" The old mage retreated 2 more steps, stammering, I simply didn't expect anyone to actually solve that puzzle." But his words were immediately cut off by Craven. Craven demanded that the old mage honor his oath right now. Otherwise, once they returned to the Empire, he would report all of the old mage's shameful conduct to the Mage Association. The old mage lowered his head, hatred twisting his expression, but he accepted the terms of the wager. A moment later, he knelt before Selena and said, "I'm sorry, Miss Selena. I truly apologize." Inside, the old mage was burning with fury. He clenched his fists tightly, roaring in his mind, "Ran Edgar, the humiliation you've given me today, I will return 100-fold." Criden also glanced at Ren. Silently evaluating him, he could see Ren was no ordinary noble, and warned himself to be careful when dealing with him. Ren, seeing the old mage kneeling on the ground, could sense the resentment boiling inside him, but the man posed no real threat to him. Slowly, Ren said, "Good, since you fulfilled the terms of our wager, let's move on to the main matter. Thank you all for supporting my video. I wish you endless happiness and joy in life. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like and leave a comment to show your support. I sincerely appreciate it.